let's try to do this in one shot. So this is the septic area over here, the overflow, or whatever it's called, the drain field. And I believe the box of septic is somewhere over yonder. I have lots of leaves here. I have a leaf mulcher that I can use to break these down if I really wanted to. Ultimately, I can also just come out here and walk on them with my boots, swooshing down. Another view of where we were. That's where I was standing just now. That's praying hands. This one's the red E. Holina banana. So it's cool I still have one. Florida Guard peach. Let's go see if there's any peaches on it. Here's some Lagos spinach that keeps coming back from seed, which is great. So more of these should be popping up everywhere. I really do need to relocate this, otherwise my mother will kill it. Look at that, nice little healthy plant. She planted all these canna lilies here. Don't do that. Florida Guard. If there were any peaches left on it, they'd probably be hidden somewhere, not in the sun. Let's see here. I'll just rip this little guy back. Really need him. Oh, I need to do a whole bunch of weeding, of course. I'm really just going to come through with my machete and just chop, chop, chop. Let it drop. Chop, chop, chop. And then that'll become the new mulch. Right now, it's keeping everything nice and cool. This part of the yard, this is south. No, that's north. This is northeast. So that's why I planted this peach tree here. It gets all of the sun throughout the day from early morning up until about, I guess, like about 2 o'clock. Plenty of sun for that. Full sun in Florida is only 6 to 8 hours. Over here's the banana circle. The drain field is probably within here. So I guess ideally you'd want to have these plants a little bit farther back, but so far they die back in the winter, they come back. Don't know what this one is, but it did give me a rack of fruit one year. Sherbert berry. It's been producing fruit for the last 2 years, technically. I have yet to try one because I keep forgetting they are there. But I probably got 10 of them. And the ground's still alive. It's got a whole bunch of fruit. Bananas, a little dwarfy banana, probably some like tiny Cavendish, dwarf Cavendish. I also have the truly tiny one somewhere in the front yard in a pot. This also gave me a rack, but it was too late in the year, so it froze back. So I just ended up cutting it up and feeding it back to the earth. Another little angle of where we were. This is a mulberry. I believe this one's the world's best. And I just planted this in the ground last year. And you know, allowed it to get all cray like that. But I'm gonna do a plant tour and offer cuttings. So yeah, just a little snip. Those will be much bigger in a week. And then over here is that native mulberry. I don't know how you could see it through here, but there's a moringa growing right here that I planted from seed 4 years ago. So it's going on in its 5th year. Let's see how many trunks I got. It's giving me 1. And then I got a little one. Oh, I got a couple. I got 3 this year. Let's see, last year I got 2. Oh, is this another one? So 2 big ones, 2 small ones. That's cool. This is also known as the horseradish plant. And the first time I tried this, I forgot that fact and ate a little piece and spit it out. So it was really spicy. But it's very beautiful. You can chop and drop this if you don't want to eat it, but this has a lot of minerals. And with me being like, this land's only like 10 feet above sea level here. So they're getting a lot of nutrients in these. So I feel really good after I have, 3 tablespoons in my soup. Yeah, I can see it kind of growing all the way up. I need to prune all this back and cut the moringa, but I might do that as a demonstration next week when I do my food forest tour. And backing up over here because I'm getting bit by mosquitoes. Got more cassava that I had planted. I believe this one is different than the other one that's over here. I believe that one's a red one. Don't really know. I also have the Togo planted in some random spot by the back patio. But getting lots of shade back here, and in the winter time I'll get lots of material, and all this will be able to just cover the ground without me having to mulch it. And that's the reason why I specifically put these here. So that way they would create their own mulch and I wouldn't have to come this far back with bags of leaves or wood chips. I probably still would anyways. So down here we've got, whatever you call this thing, perennial peanuts. Planted that also 4 years. A lot of the things I'm pointing out, I planted back in 2020, just because I had so many of them. I was buying so many plants from Green Dreams down there. Pete Canaris. Shout out. What is that? Don't know what that is. Let's go check it out. We've got Pawpaw. This is Asamina triloba. I could try getting into where my other pawpaws are, because I got 2 native ones. But they're probably drowning in goji berry right now. Look, this is elderberry, right? This is not sumac. Because honestly, at this point, some people think it's sumac, some people think it's elderberry. I believe it's elderberry. Here we go. Here's more. Any of y'all cool people can tell me. Because I'm going to have a ton of berries. Try to make some medicine with it, right? That's the goals. Let's see. Alright, how many plants do I have in here? What would you count as a support species? The Moringa, the Mulberry, the Perennial peanut. It's 4. That's 3. The 4th one would be the Sunshine Mimosa. You got all these different kinds of weeds, which I would count as support species because they're feeding the ground every time I chop them. Some of them are nitrogen fixers, some of them are host plants. Anyways, got ginger planted randomly throughout the yard. Ginger, mulungi. Let's see, look, I got a random ginger here. Whole bunch of sweet potato. Now this tree here is a Bradford pear, I believe. It makes these tiny, like, crab apple size pears, which would be really good for sweetening your water kefir. So you can make some water kefir. You can make cider with it, you can make vinegar with it. So it's not totally useless, and really I could go through and like graft the tree and make it like a cocktail pear tree, but that would take a lot of top working, and you know, it's my mom's tree, so I really don't care. But I planted all these sweet potatoes 4 years ago. I thought this was the dwarf chase tree. It's also known as Vitex. Chase, Vitex. Is Vitex the other one? Like, I got lots of seeds from it already, need to harvest, and it's already flowering again. It's great. This is a really good hormonal balancing tea that you can make. So if you feel like your hormones are out of whack, this is what you want to drink. You can mix it with other things like chamomile and lavender, basil. Let's see, I kind of want to go around these because I want to harvest some of these before I cut them back. Now, how do you guys eat your sweet potato greens? Because my mom likes to cut them like she chops off the little tip here and like flash boils them or steams them, and you just dip it in soy sauce and eat this with rice. Growing up the tree, this vine here, this is called ube, also known as a true yam. You can make a type of fufu with it. If you don't know what fufu is traditionally made from cassava, and the fufu made from ube, sweet potato, plantains. They have a different name. I just don't know what they're called right now, but collectively, the umbrella term, they're all known as swallows, because you just kind of dip them in whatever stew that you're eating that with, and you just pop it in your mouth and you swallow it without chewing it. But you can chew it, that's fine. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Let's see. We've got, we've passed the bananas. Alright, so I've got some ginger growing here. I really don't know what kind. And because I'm not a ginger expert, I just bought a whole bunch from Pete Canaris. You know, when they're like $10, $15. I'm out there spending like $1,000 to $2,000. I'm gonna buy like one of each, you know. So here's dwarf Namois. I have gotten 2 racks. Well, not 2 racks. I've gotten 1 rack from this plant, and this little circle of nanners, and over there, which you cannot see right now because of all of the goldenrod growing. But I harvested my first rack of bananas over there. That is the south side of my yard. So over here we are looking at the east side. And I got more elderberry. I planted a bunch of elderberry, I think just 2 years ago. So these are 2 years in, and they are really like nice and prolific. Like, it was just a stick. Okay? I swear, just 2 years. But this also is a part of the yard that would hold more of the water whenever it rains. So I believe that helps a lot. And also they do get the early afternoon and late afternoon sun. And then the pear tree and the oak tree give them tons of shade in the evening. Ooh. And if my mulberries were pruned properly, then they would get a little more sun in the evening, but they seem to be doing fine. It's too hot. Oh, something cool over here is this turmeric. It's hiding for me. Beautiful turmeric here. This is a black or blue. People get them confused. I'm not sure exactly which one I have, but I have one of them. The black or blue. Let's call it the blue turmeric. I'll have to find some pictures because I did harvest some and cut them up, and it was so many different colors of blue and purple in it. Then I have it planted here and one place closer to the porch. And it would be cool to like pop those out and see what is in there, because I think it's been about a year and a half since I've harvested from there. As you can see, the sunshine mimosa is filling in nicely. This is a great Florida plant. It's drought tolerant, heat tolerant, flood tolerant. The roots are non-aggressive, so they will not ruin your pipes. And they are the host plant for the little sulfur butterfly, which is that yellow butterfly that we have. And the roots actually help prevent erosion. So this would be a great plant to grow within your grass, because it'll actually feed nutrients to your grass and actually keep it a lot healthier. Tons of dewberries growing back here. That's like a whole job in itself. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to tackle this before next Saturday, but it's definitely going to be one of the last things I do. But you can see how well this sunshine mimosa grows here. It's just producing seeds and seeds and seeds. So more strains, my own personal strain of sunshine mimosa. Plant Life 850 Mosa. And if you haven't noticed, I am rebranding to Permaculture. That way this channel can be more diverse in content. It's not just going to be stuff from my backyard. But I will always refer to this as Plant Life 850. Because that's where I am. The original. Let's try to go through here a little bit. Let's see what we got. Pear tree. Alright. This is all the dwarf mulberries that I have. This is a Pakistan mulberry. I have not gotten fruit from it yet. And it's been in the ground for 4 years. So there's that. I also haven't pruned it at all. So I think if I gave it a good haircut and whatnot, it will totally give me some fruit. I'm just gonna stress them out a little bit. Okay. Make sure I don't go through any spiders. Over there we got my peaches, but let's just get through here first. Ugh. Okay. Whew. Toilet paper plant. It's doing pretty good right there. I could probably use a little more sunlight. This is my peach tree, which I guess I should have stood back a little bit more. I'm just trying to see if I can get over here into this little crazy wilderness. Look, it's really starting to feel like a forest right here. Just because of how like tall everything is now. I'm just looking straight up. Peach, mulberries. Alright, I gotta go get some bug spray because I kept getting bit by mosquitoes. But anyways, here we go. So this is the more, I kind of want to say, tropical part of the yard. This is the highest part of the backyard where we're growing food. This is my pomegranate, which needs to be trimmed back. it's better for it to have just one main trunk coming out of the ground. And then you could have it, you know, bush out however you want to, you know, maintain it. Neighbors going by. Very nice and green over here. The dewberries have definitely taken over. So yeah, that's going to be like one of the last tasks I do. So I'm going to tackle the whole, I guess I'll start from north and go south. My little goldenrod forest. I really want them to hurry up and flower. So I think I'm going to like chop the tops off. So they stop trying to grow straight and start bushing out more like how this one is over here. Whew. Dewberries are sharp. Yeah, I mean, this is incredible. The dewberries are definitely ridiculous, but I finally found my, oh look, even the grape is kind of cray-cray. So I don't know about all that. So what I would do with all these dewberries is just burn them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, when I do start collecting them all, because I'm going to do it all in one go. Like, this is going to be a one-day job. I'm going to start in the morning and keep on pulling them until they're all gone. But I could probably get it all done in about 6 hours if I was just doing it by myself. I could get some help with this. Yeah, I'll probably get some help with this one. But, yeah, you know, we got some medicine. We got Biden's alba growing everywhere, which I know people hate, but like, you know, you could just chop it before it goes to flower. Like in this stage, like this is a good stage for you to even use it. You know, you can eat it raw like this, juice it, dry it for teas, make a tea, throw it in smoothies, if I didn't say that already. Oh wow, look at this. I got a cute little starfruit. It just keeps on growing back, you know, it just, that is so cute. I think I have an avocado somewhere that keeps coming back as well. But yeah, it's probably just a rootstock. That's why it's doing so good. So that'd be something I could graft on. What I would do is I'd cut it back a little bit more, so that way the trunk part can start getting more sturdy and thicker, and then have those bottom branches start branching off, so I can graft onto those ones. But I can't get too far in here because I forgot I had this mulberry that's just knocked down. Well, not knocked down, I cut it. You see right there? See right there where I cut it? It was taking up so much sunlight of my peach tree. I harvested over 150 peaches on my tree this year. I'm gonna get out here. I'm getting bit up. Oh. Let's see, I'm trying to get a good view of this mulberry here. Alright. This is a native mulberry. This one came from, this one's a seedling though. The other one's in the back corner, the native mulberry that came from cuttings of the mother plant of this tree. And yeah, it's just massive. The leaves are huge. The leaves will get bigger too as the year goes on. This is a Thai white mulberry, not the dwarf. It's not a dwarf Thai white, so it makes like a purpley white mulberry, which is really pretty. The birds will eat that before they eat the native one, which is interesting because this came from Century, so you'd think. But they also prefer the dwarf everbearing over this one. I don't know if it's just because it's close to the house and I let my cats out and they don't want to be close to the cats, because the cats can like scale that. I can climb up that tree. I've gone as far as up here to harvest mulberries. But yeah, the birds prefer the dwarf everbearing, and they could be managed way better. But I got about 20 of them growing right there. And on the porch, as you can see, there's more goldenrod popping out of these pots. This here I know is shampoo ginger because I planted it and I've harvested some of the juice from the flowers. This is supposedly an evergreen elderberry, a dwarf one. My friends gifted me these from Earth Farm 9. And I have a whole bunch of them planted in the side yard, which I do not feel like going out there today to give a little tour because it is hot. But I have this cassava here. This is the Togo cassava. I bought these cuttings from someone at the Tampa Bay Regenerate Convergence. That guy's pretty cool. I forget his name right now. This is apple mint, and some of it is going to flower, which would be nice for the pollinators. It comes back even after it flowers, and you know, there's more even popping up down there. So I've already harvested a whole bunch of that this year for tea, and I've got more Bidens here. It's just like, please use me here, freshy fresh stuff. So what I like to do is I'll just come out here and just, you know, grab some of these, grab some of the sweet potato greens, some of the goji berry greens, a couple mulberry leaves here and there, not too many. You just kind of grab a leaf from everything, throw them all into a smoothie. And the last thing I'm going to show you is this cool African potato mint. I am offering cuttings for sale on my website, dragonstoneharvest.com. It's $15. You get one cutting, but it's like a fat cutting. Because people are selling cuttings for like $5, and it's just like this much. But I'm going to give you like a big ol', it's like tiny. If I break a piece off like that, I'll totally give that to you. But I want to give you like a big one. It's a little massive. Some of this might break in the box, but you're gonna get like a really good chunk of African potato mint. Probably not all that for 15, but you know, maybe I'll throw some extra cuttings of other things in there. Mulberries, surprise gifts. That's what I should put on there. Surprise gifts. There's, I'm gonna find a place for that now. Yeah, you just take this whole thing and you plant it. You don't eat the greens, eat the potatoes. The potatoes are really good roasted. But just plant this whole part right here. Bam, you got a plant. Easy peasy.